Well, can you still hear me?
I hear you. And you
Okay.
know what time it is, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. It's time for the weekly show.
Yeah. As our Wednesday.
Fun Fest. Oh, no. Why are you getting choppy? Is it my internet connection? Is it your internet connection? What?
I think it's yours, man, because mine's pretty good. So you still there? That's this poor
It'll take a
connection.
second.
Yeah.
Well, I just turned off the internet, so I'll just have to work on mobile web, which
Uh-oh.
isn't really that good. What?
Oh. I'm just saying you turned it off. So, damn, that's bad when you're
Dude, we
mobile.
got two options.
Yeah.
You got either the internet or the mobile. And the mobile's supposed to be fucked up because they said, yeah, I like how you have plans called unlimited, but it says several days ago,
Yeah.
it said, you've hit the maximum of your gigabytes. You'll still be able to use it, but at peak times, it may get slow. I'm like, well, that's the F you. What the hell? Oh, let me guess. You want me to pay more money to get more gigabytes?
Yeah.
I got your
Of course.
gigabytes.
Of course.
You know what I say to that?
Mm-hmm. Sign me up.
You know what I say to these assholes? This is what I say.
Everybody knows you never go full retard. What do you mean? Check it out. Dustin Hoffman, Ray Man look retarded, act retarded, not retarded. Count two picks, cheated cards. Autistic. Sure. Not retarded. They got Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. Slow, yes, retarded, maybe. Braces on his legs. But he charmed the pants off next to him. They won a ping pong competition. That ain't retarded. He was a goddamn war hero. You know any retarded war heroes? You went full retard, man.
Never go full retard.
Never go full
That's
retard.
right.
Yeah. So, all right, kids. So, again, this is our Sunday. That's our Sunday show. So, everybody, welcome back to our not our Sunday show. It's our Wednesday show. It's our midweek show, our video YouTube show. Well, so everybody, welcome back to our show. My name is Barry,
Welcome.
and as always, my hetero life mate Jake, the master of disaster.
King
My
Sting, the Ayatollah rock and roller.
yes. My
How many names
Dante to my Randall to my Dante.
Yeah.
So how was
Randall out. I'm randling out.
so, how was your
You
day,
want to know
man?
you want to know how my day was?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to hear about it.
Okay, I got it. I got it all queued up here for you, pal.
Lay
This
it
is
on.
how my day. This is how my day went.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm drinking. I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day. Oh, man, he hit his head with a cookie cutter. Yeah. God, I go to church every goddamn Sunday. You gonna bring the demons out of me? There you go, you got him. Now the trash can, buddy. Trash! All right, let's get him up.
My hat now. It's my hat. You know what that's from, man.
Oh yeah, that's from Hot Rod.
I've been drinking green tea all day. You're bringing
They
demons out of me.
come out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my day was like. How about yours?
Yeah. Well, it was Monday, and Monday is always kind of hectic for us.
Beginning of the month too.
Yeah, beginning of the month. Well, our first of the month stuff was kind of pretty much passed from last month. First and the third is always a bad day for us. It's always really extremely busy, but Monday is just always kind of a shit show, man. Just people trying to catch up, trying to get these fucking people to pay their goddamn bills. Oh my God. They don't have a problem with me putting shit in their house. They're always nice. But when that bill comes, it's like, oh, then you wanna act stupid. And then you don't want to answer the door, you don't answer the fucking phone. You know, nobody put a gun to your head and made you get this shit. And I understand everything that's going on, the economy and all that shit, man. That's why we're here to help you, so you could be on a payment plan, so you can have this crap in your house. Um, but anyways,
Forever.
it was a typical Monday, typical shit show of a Monday.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's over with. I'm glad I'm home, shooting our video. Oh, I ran into
It's welcome to. We introduced the show as the midweek day, and we're telling
yeah,
people, "Hey, it's Monday." They're like, "What
it's
the fuck are
Monday.
these wacko
Yeah,
fucks talking about?"
well, we release it on Wednesday, but we talk about because it's
Usually we shoot on Tuesday, but I mean,
Tuesday.
like I said, we want to try to get the videos out, so we're gonna do it when we can.
Yeah. So yeah, between our both of our schedules and stuff like that, sometimes we just kind of have to work around that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like I said, I got off on a side note. I ran into a fan yesterday,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, when
That's
I went
gotta
in,
hurt.
I was literally, I was ah, but
Oh,
no,
did you just
uh,
go into and start doing the thing like
yeah, I
fan? Get it?
I
Jesus.
ran into a fan in
Luke,
the
I am
store,
your father.
yeah, yesterday, uh, and they were like, "Hey, Baruch Assault," and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, what's going on?"
Oh shit! It
And
begins.
say,
I
"Yeah,
changed my address.
yeah." So that was kind of cool. Run into a fan. So another one, I ran into another one at Walmart. They were like, "Yeah, man, I enjoy the show. Uh, think you guys are, what you guys are doing is pretty cool. Funny sometimes not so much."
What? Did they really say
But
that?
hey, man, as long as you're honest, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I respect honesty.
Sometimes the fat one
Yeah,
gets a little piece on PC or political, and I gotta
I love
fucking
I love watching you and that racist guy go off on.
fucking. That's the that's it. I'm the fucking Bert Kreischer of the
Yeah.
group. This
I
fucking
was like,
racist.
you don't know him like I know him, man. he's he's really a sweet guy.
He's so racist. He had a
He just
black
doesn't.
girlfriend, but it's all
He
good, you know. That
he
makes him
just doesn't
super
like the
racist.
Dutch. So
Yeah.
yeah,
There's only
but
two things I hate in this world: um, intolerance to other people's cultures and the
the
Dutch
Dutch, yes.
and
Oh
carnies.
yeah.
Smell like
S-
cabbage.
Small hands smell
Small
like
hands,
cabbage.
you know.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this weekend.
Also,
Um, our this last one we did we did on fashion and stuff, which I got some feedback on that, and people were like, "Oh, that was, I completely forgot about, kangaroos. I forgot about
mm,
this or that." But I was thinking maybe this weekend we could do, which that was the funny thing. The person that came up to me that was talking to me, they said, "Hey, man, why don't you do a show on the Goonies?" And I was like, we haven't talked about the Goonies."
well,
And I
not
was like,
yet. You know,
yeah, I was
we're
like,
not trying to run through everything and be
yeah,
like next year, like, well, what do we want to talk about? If we hadn't talked about everything, man, that's what I
yeah.
worry. One day
So
we're
I
gonna be
thought,
like, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna discuss at this point.
I
Coke
don't know,
versus
but
Pepsi, let's do it. Fuck it.
yeah, blind
No,
taste test.
that's
Is it
right.
turpentine? Is it Coke? Uh,
What is that? Oh my god, this is chum. Yes, freshly squeezed chum. Remember that commercial? That was fucking
yeah.
hilarious. He'd
No, it
give them all
was.
different shit. That's
Are you
bleach.
talking
That's
about,
bleach. You trying to kill me?
I thought you were talking about the old SNL skit with Bill Murray where he was drinking swill.
No.
Oh, that
No,
was
there was
funny.
a legit Sprite commercial. I forget the name of the guy. He was real. He was the one. Do you remember the David Duchovny movie about aliens that was a comedy and it was him and the black guy? I can't remember the black guy's name, but he got an alien inside of him and they're like trying to do surgery and they're like, okay, oh no, he's gone from the front. Now he's coming to the anus. We got to get in. Well, let me get the lube. We don't have time for lube. He goes, no. There's always
There's
time for
always time
lube,
for
Doc.
lube.
Always.
Yeah, it was called
It's like
Evolution.
evolution. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I can't remember the guy's name
um, but he
on
used to do.
Mad
Uh,
TV or something. But he
yeah,
did
he was.
commercials. He did some Sprite commercials that were hilarious.
Yeah, he was on Mad TV.
You got
God, what was?
got your internet there?
Yeah,
You're looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Let's see. Orlando Jones.
There we go. I knew it was
Yeah.
something like, piffy. So
Yeah.
yeah, he did Sprite commercials back. I don't know. It was a while
Yeah,
ago.
it
Maybe
was
early
like, no,
2000s, late 90s.
no,
I can't remember.
no, it wasn't Sprite. It was 7 Up.
Okay,
Because
7 Up. Fair enough.
remember, he had the slogan, "Hey, make 7 Up yours." When he was
Yeah,
walking down
7
the
Up
street.
yours. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
7 Up yours. F
Yeah.
you. That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right. There's a fan.
They're doing a blind taste test, and he had like all this nasty shit, and some of them he's like, and that always stuck with me. When the guy went, "The hell is this?" He's like, "Is this chum?" And he's like, "Yes, freshly squeezed."
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god,
Oh, man.
Jesus, is that
Yeah.
bleach?
Jesus. Oh, I had to put my glasses on here. Hopefully
I'm
this
like,
comes out okay because I'm recording. I can see me, but I can't see you. But last time we did this, the recording came out just fine, and you were on there, so I'm pretty sure
why can't you see
it's.
me?
I don't know. I can see your
Turn the camera
JW.
on. I had to turn mine on.
Yeah, yeah, but I did that last time, and you were already on
Did it
there,
do
so I
anything?
just
Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
and
All right.
so it is what it is, man. It
Yeah,
is what it is.
I guess this isn't the Skype for meetings.
Yeah. Well, there's a thing on Anchor or on the Spotify thing on my laptop where we can go in and we can do the video from that, but I can't do it on the phone. I have to actually do it from the laptop. So I think I'm going to
Hold
I'm gonna
on.
try to go ahead. Take your time.
What
There you are. There you are. Ah,
Where the fuck are we?
I don't know.
I push
Uh,
some buttons and this says, "Oh my god, that's hilarious." We're in we're part of like a staircase. This is
yeah.
hilarious. I thought I was just gonna do a split screen. Diet Coke.
What the fuck are you? Now you've disappeared. Okay. Now you're gone.
Hold on.
Uh,
It says together mode.
yeah.
Why
Okay.
can't we be friends? I'll keep fucking around until something
This
works. I don't know.
together mode has been enabled for this call. Okay. Well, let's see how it turns out. This is an adventure.
Yeah, right.
But yeah.
Where the
So
fuck is my camera flipped?
I watched the movie the other night with my kid and my wife, and I told her I was like, "This is one of my favorite movies," and it just literally used to scare the hell out of me when I was a kid. And we
Yeah.
finished watching it. Maximum
Oh,
Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive. What'd your
Yeah.
kid think?
She thought it was hilarious. Afterwards, she was like, "That's pretty funny,
Dad, that was a
Dad."
great comedy. You're like,
And
this
I
scared
was
the shit
like,
out of me.
it's not supposed to be funny. And she was like, "I thought it was funny." I was like, "Okay, well, as long as you enjoyed it." So, but I like the sunglasses, man. You look like the Unabomber with the hoodie and the sunglasses. So I like that.
Yeah. This is the Ray Bans. The
Oh,
Ray Bans, man.
those are the
It's the
Ray
Ray
Bans.
Bans. Yeah.
Okay.
The only, well, not the ones, anyway, fuck it. The one and onlys that I currently have. Like I said, I did make myself clear. It made it, and I listen, when I listened back to it, I was like, it sounds like I said I have 4 pairs of Ray Bans. I don't. I ordered 2 and they didn't fit right. So I sent them back. I bought years ago the ones for Men in Black, which I did put a commercial up. I found a commercial with
Yeah.
scenes from Men in Black 2 that was also saying, so, sponsored by Ray-Ban and all that. It was a Ray-Ban commercial. And I put that on our Facebook page. That and the Freaky Freezies.
Yeah.
I found a commercial for your shoes, or
Yeah.
at least a commercial for those guys. A lot of it was just mostly skateboarding, street,
Oh, the
whatever.
Vision Streetwear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vision Streetwear. And I found a commercial that I couldn't find any commercials that were specifically going windbreakers, but this one was like a windbreaker, and it was actually a guy skateboarding too. And I was like, well, fuck, that's
Yeah.
kind of Barry might think that's cool. Guy's skateboarding, and he's got a windbreaker on. I don't know if people
Okay.
get the point, but fuck it.
I
I
haven't
did it
checked it.
anyway.
I will check that out definitely.
Yep, I
That
put
sounds
on that. I also found a commercial for the Ruse kangaroos with the pound.
dude, I told my wife about that. She looked them up. They don't make them on my fucking size, man.
Well,
They only go up to size 9, and I need a size 12. I'm like,
yeah,
what the so, and then
yeah. I found some on Amazon, and they didn't even come with the pouch part. They were just bruised. I was like, if they ain't gonna have the pouch, what's the point?
It's not the same, man. You got to have a pouch. But I was going to look up the sunglasses that you were talking about, the Men in Black, the sexual predator ones. The
It's not Predator
Predator
J.
Predator J. Yeah, that's it.
I think Predator's the line. I think it's called Predator J because Will Smith's
Its name was J.
name was J.
Yeah.
And the other ones were Predator K because I think his initial was K, I think, wasn't it? Tommy Lee Jones? I don't know.
K and J.
I didn't like his style. I like the one Will Smith had was a little bit
I
more
thought
like
they had-
he's squared.
I
They
thought-
literally had, they're all black, but no, the way they're shaped is different.
There's the ones I had that I told you about that I broke. Those were from the original Men in Black. The oval teardrop shape kind of ones. They kind of went around a little bit. Those are the ones I had that I broke, and I was so pissed off.
It's funny because I didn't realize it that they must have, obviously been in there more than just the second one because the scene they showed from I'm pretty sure it was Men in Black 1 because they shot the spaceship down. Will Smith did his classic I make this look good, line and everything like that. But the part where Tommy Lee Jones, where they used the first time they used the mind wiper and he puts the glass on, he takes the glasses off and he goes, Ray-Bans. Why do you think they call them that? They fan the rays. I was like, oh shit, they made a mention in the first one. And I didn't really give a shit.
Drop a pencil.
I also misnamed those other glasses I said that my kids got me, which were knockoffs.
Yeah.
Which were like the big, you've seen them because one of the pictures you have of me and you from that we took outside here, I had those big obnoxious glasses on. I call them razors. The name is actually cooler than that. The ripoff name, sorry, not the ripoff name. The ones that are like the higher end ones that are like the, sports guys actually buy. The name of the glasses is called Pit Vipers, which is pretty badass. That's a cool. That's a cool name. Pit Vipers.
They remind me of Oakley's. The Oakleys used to be.
Oakleys make those big.
They
make them.
that.
Oh, they still make them like that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I got like for a while and I was like, maybe I should check out Oakley's. Those were popular too. And I kept searching, but I've never ordered them because I could tell the ones that are just like basic, like these, like I said, they go around and they curve. So it kind of holds you back of your head. But like I said, that they do have the big ones, but all of them are like, Ray-Bans, they're both all like, 200, 250, 300. Some of them.
When I was a kid, not to cut you off, but when you were on that note, I remember when I was a kid and when I was living in Cali, we lived at this trailer park, and it was in Cali. I don't know how it is, how it is here, but in California, like the trailer parks there, where it's like they have paved streets, they have tennis courts.
Yes, we have those. That's what I never really looked at. Thought about it because one of my mom's friends lived in one in Jersey. We had them too. Same thing. They had roads. They had sidewalks. They were well kept. They were well kept.
Yeah.
They had a pool. They had a tennis court. Not like this stuff here.
But I was I had stopped in the laundry room when I was out skating one day, and I'd stopped in the laundry room because they had a bathroom. I had to use the bathroom, and I saw a pair of Oakley sitting on top of the washer. And there was no clothes being washed or nothing. And I walked around and there was nobody in there. And I picked them up and I looked at them. I was like, oh, fuck, these are Oakleys. So I walked outside and I'm looking around and nobody came. So I just kind of hung around for like 20 minutes waiting for somebody to come back. Nobody ever came back. I was like, well, fuck, they're mine. So I go home and I'm in my room and I'm just like polishing them up and stuff. And my cousin walks in and he was like, what's going on? I said, nothing, man. Check these out. I just found these. He goes, where'd you find them at? And I said, over at the laundry room. He goes, oh, let me see him. He looked at him. He goes, oh, man, those are Johnny's, man. And I was like, who? And he was like, my friend Johnny. You probably left him in. These are Johnny's. Like he would know. There was no name, no nothing. And like a fucking idiot, I'm like, oh, okay. And I give them back to him. And the next day, he's out there. He's wearing them. And I was like, hold on. I thought those were Johnny's. And he's like, yeah, man. Johnny said I could hold them for a while. He never had a friend named Johnny.
Don't worry.
Checked my shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would like that too. I'd say things to anybody, and people would just fucking shit on that.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you a story.
That's Johnny's dollar. Let me get that. Let me hold that.
No, Now I'll tell you one even more like sad. So
Okay. That's what I want, a sad story today.
that's right. That's why I'm dressed like this, because I'm time. All right, kids, it's story time with Jakey Bakey. Bang
Yeah.
bang, baby. No, who wants story time with Jake? No, so there was this girl when I was
A
no, I
lady.
was definitely a lady. Well, a girl because it was school.
Yeah.
It was I was in I can't call it junior high, but like I said, they got really weird in my town and just started moving the grades, the different grades to different schools.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of lack of because there was such small. I don't know what they did because at one point, like I said, there was literally like 4 schools. There was an elementary school. There was a school that was called Lafayette that had like 4th and 5th grade, and then there
Yeah.
was the Highland Park Middle School, which had I think 6th and 7th and 8th. And then the
Yeah.
high school had, normal high schools, 9 through 12, 4 years. And then they bumped the 8th grade up to the high school. And that's when I started, after I graduated from 7th grade, when they got rid of the 4th and 5th grade Lafayette and moved that to the middle school. So then, they took the 4th grade, dropped it into elementary. So it was 1 through 4. Middle school was 5, 6, and 7. And then the high school was 8 through 12. So you were there for 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
Long.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So first year there in 8th grade, I'd walk because my house was, I wouldn't say it was definitely not in any shape or form a stone's throw, but I mean, it was different times. You could,
Yeah.
you had a key. I had a key on a shoestring most of my childhood, latchkey kid.
We all did.
Classic. So I walked, I had to walk past just nice, decent suburban houses, 2 stories, most of them. The Catholic school, which I did go to on Sunday, which had a schools during the week. So they
Yeah.
had a school there too, where these kids went to school first through 8th, I think. And then they either had to go to another town that had a high school or they had to go into um a public school. That was the
Yeah.
choice. So I'd walk past there and the kids would be playing in the playground. And then I would go up to the light to the main, where the main street was, cross over and go a little further. There was a small, tiny ass public library and then the high school. So every day I passed by that school. And when we did our, I think it's is it confirmation? Yeah. Yeah. It's confirmation. We did our confirmation.
Catholics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catholic.
That's how that's your bar mitzvah for you.
That's your apartment. Yeah.
I guess I don't know what it's like. Whatever it is, I was never really. My mom just tried to do, the motions and everything. I don't know. Anyway, so we did a overnight thing at this church, and some of those kids from the school, those school too, came along on the overnight thing. I don't forget what they call overnight thing. It was at a lock-in. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's right. A lock-in thing. And so, we're all kids and this was before high school. This was when I was, well, maybe whatever. Anyway, 7th grade to 8th grade, whatever.
Junior high.
Junior high.
Yeah.
And so apparently there was just, all these people were doing stuff, and I knew people, obviously, all the kids that were in the Sunday school I knew because they were also went to school with me. Well, no, I wouldn't say I was best friends with all of them, but we communicated, talked to whatever. We're sociable. They didn't necessarily fucking torment me or anything, but I didn't know the kids from the Catholic school that well. And there was these 2 girls, and the one girl looked like I think she had dark hair and everything like that. And they were running around, they were doing whatever girls do as far as, playing their girl games.
Yeah.
And just out of the blue, the girl came up to me and asked me, what did she fucking ask me? She asked me if I liked her. And I was like, I guess, I was always, that shit got played on me a lot. Cause one, I was a chubby kid. I was like pretty much the only, maybe there was one other kid, but I don't remember anybody else having red hair, which is like ridiculous. There's only redhead with freckles.
Yeah.
And so I got tormented with that, which my mom tried to, how moms try to do. And they call you a redhead. You tell them, or carrot top. They call you carrot top. Tell them they're stupid because carrots have green tops. Like, Mom, they don't fucking care. They're bullies. Logic doesn't work on them. They're not going to go, oh, you're right. Oh, never mind. Sorry. It's just like, beat the shit out of you, fucking stupid. You're going to try to call me stupid? Which that never happened. That's the one thing I didn't ever get. I never got beat up. Shocking. Because I think, like I said, from what I recall, up until high school, I was more taller, I think, than most of the kids, but they still, they still bullied me because I was, I was simple, not in a retarded way. I was just a sweet
He
kid.
was a simple man.
I was a simple man. Yeah, like the Leonard Skinner song. No, I was just a sweet kid. I was dumb, and my mom, I live with my mom, and mainly, and I had friends, but they never were just solid long-term things.
Yeah.
So anyway, I easily got fooled off with that shit because to me, the word like was like and the word love was love. Nah, fucking kids. Like meant love.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody gave me the memo, fuckers. So they play that game. Oh, somebody come up to you and they'd be like, hey, see that girl over there? Do you like her? And you'd be like, I don't really know her, but yeah, but do you like her? Well, sure. She seems like a nice. Oh, he likes you. He likes you. Ew,
Yeah.
that one fuck. I'm like, what the fuck what are you doing? What are you talking about? I play that game all the time. And I was just like, so this girl walked up and I was like, oh, here we go again. And she's like, do you like me? I said, you seem like a nice person. But if you're asking me if I like you in a more, in a romantic way, no, because I don't know you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And she seemed okay with it and walked away and everything like that. The other girl she was talking to seemed excited about the fact that I was like, and blew her off. Didn't think nothing of it. So then when I walk into school, I guess a couple of them recognized me. And again, somebody ran over a different girl this time. And she pointed to the one who seemed excited about the fact that I told that one girl, yeah, no, I'm not. Fool me once, actually fool me twice, but this ain't the third time. Fuck off. I learned it. Like is love and fuck off with this shit because you're just going to be like making a big fucking scene and embarrass me.
Fuck you.
So, yeah, fuck you. But this kid ran up and goes, hey. I said, what? I said, hey, that girl over there, she likes you. I was like, does she? I said, well, let her tell me herself. And then I left. And then one day, I think when I was walking home or walking back again, she came up and gave me a note. And basically she was like, oh,
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, this could be realistic. And I was a kid who wasn't not like legit. Most people would probably say that I was full of shit, but I never was like, ew, girls.
Yeah.
I just never was. I don't know why. I just wasn't I wasn't like that.
I was
mean,
never like that either. I was,
I always thought that was like,
chasing
like
since I was 5.
yeah.
So,
I wasn't chasing, but I literally, I remember in elementary school, probably late, like third grade, this girl said she liked me. Well, there's this one girl who played me and tried to use me because my mom worked at the convenience store. And I kept saying, can you give me some gum? And my mom's like, again? Yeah. Yeah. Get the hookup. And then when my mom's like, no, I'm not buying you fucking gum every day. And I was like, well, I gotta have the gum. I gotta have the gum. She's gotta have the gum. Ooh.
Enough the fucking gum.
Yeah. So one day I walked to school and then the girl's like, where's my gum? And I was like, I couldn't get it. She's like, well, I'm not your girlfriend anymore. I'm like, fuck.
Damn.
What the fuck?
You see, it was just teaching you a lesson for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Where's my rent money? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
you're out.
Bye.
The fuck off. We're done. I said, we didn't even do anything. We didn't hold hands. We didn't do shit. Because me and you watch movies. So everything we knew about girlfriends and husbands and wives, it was all kissing and hugging and holding hands. And I was like, when's this shit going to happen? I put a lot of money into gum or candy in general.
You spent a lot of gum.
A couple of times
somebody's putting out.
So I think I even actually, it is what it is. I was a fucking dumb child. I think I did 5 finger a couple of times. And then eventually I was like, I can't keep doing it. My mom's going to beat my ass in the days when you really got your ass beat. And she's like, yeah, I'm done with you. And then there was another girl I dated, but then like the guy who I was kind of friends with, who was another retard like me.
Retard.
Another outcast retard.
God.
She dumped me for him. I was like, we're not even doing anything. It's just third grade. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but to me, I was like, oh, heart. So anyway, flash forward to junior high school ish. So I'm like, oh, this is so cool, man. There's a girl that likes me, and I think it feels legit.
Yeah.
And I think I called and talked to her on the phone because she gave me her phone number, and I was like, this is so cool. So I told my best friend at the time.
Yeah.
I said, bro, there's a girl who fucking likes me. Now, him and me made friends. He was, I think, a year or two older than me. So he even had a license. He was big on Jeeps. He got me into AC/DC. We were in a pro wrestling. He lived in my hometown. Then he moved to the town next to us, which was Edison. So
Yeah.
when he was doing that, he wasn't in town anymore, but we're still good friends, shockingly. Um, and he's like, oh, that's so cool, man. And then he's like, what's her name? And I said, blankety blank. And he's like, oh no, dude, not her. And I'm like, what do you mean not her? No. Now, I was friends with him, and he was friends with this other fat kid
Yeah.
who was a complete dick. He was a complete asshole, and he didn't like me. And because of the way he was towards me, I didn't like him. I was like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But this guy was the glue. So if they were hanging out, I was like, well, I'm gonna just deal with it. If he wants to be an ass, fuck him,
Yeah.
So apparently this girl liked my friend at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, and there's a whole thing, I swear to God, man, it's like fucking, you're gonna believe the unfolding of this shit.
Yeah.
This guy turned out
Wait
to be
how this comes out.
right. You just,
Yeah.
you're
I'm
so
making
anyway,
notes.
no, don't do that.
I'm writing a book.
No, don't write a
Yeah.
book. So I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's not the same girl, whatever, yada, yada, yada. So ironically, I joined the Catholic school basketball team, which I was, the guys there were fucking pricks. The Puerto Rican kid was picking on me, whipping balls at me all the time. Fatty, all this shit. And this other Spanish kid. And I was like, dude, I'm trying to fucking be athletic.
Was he whipping basketballs at you or like
No,
ball?
basketballs. We were playing
Okay.
basketballs, man.
Okay.
We were
Okay. Okay.
basketballing, and the coach
I
didn't give a shit.
I
And
didn't
this
know if
is
he was,
Catholic school
I didn't know if he
basketball.
was hitting you in the shower or what.
No, we didn't do that shit, bro. We're kids.
I
This
don't
is
know.
junior high in Catholic
Sure.
school. It was just a halftime shit. It wasn't high school basketball.
Yeah.
I just figured, well, that's not ultra, competitive. It was Catholic school basketball.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got taunted on that and ended up quitting on that eventually. But long story short, so we went for some reason to this. I guess maybe we did like maybe little games or something, sparring games. I don't remember why we were at a school in Edison where my buddy lived. So
Yeah.
him, being the fact that he had a driver's license and a car, showed up with the other fat kid, and he's like,
Mhm.
dude, that's fucking chick, man. She's like fucking, she fucks around with a lot of guys. She's a whore. Now, years later, I wondered why I cared that
Yeah.
was a thing. I really was like, what the fuck? Well, that was a dumb reason not to, but it really wasn't the truth. It was a complete lie. And,
Yeah, I'm sure
and
it
I
was.
found, and it took me a long time to figure out why this happened, but
Mhm.
it got so fucking out of control. It even spiraled into like, anyway, I'll get to that later. So him and the kid were like, you don't need to mess with her. She's not, she's bad
Yeah.
news. She tried to
Yeah.
date Simon. No. And then
She's
Simon, same thing. The kid told Simon, and Simon's like, eventually just blew her off and left. And I ended up doing the same damn thing instead of just saying, fuck these idiots.
Yeah.
I should just fucking see what happens. She seems like a nice damn girl. And
Mhm.
I got real fucked on that fucking deal, because the next year, it wasn't even that long, really. It was really like the next school year. She went to the public school where I went to.
Yeah.
And supposedly she cornered me at school one day and accused me of spreading the rumors that he told me.
Yeah.
He said, people told me you're saying this shit, I'm a whore. I'm like, I never said that. She's like, no, that's bullshit. I've got people that said that they saw you. And I said, I never said that. And I never
Yeah.
did. And the girls never believed me. To this day, I think I saw her on Facebook and I sent her a friend request several years ago. It sat there, and then eventually it got thrown out. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. You moved, you know what? You don't want to hear my side of the story. You want to believe gossip in high school and you want to believe I'm a bad guy, go for it. But you know what the problem was? That dude was your friend. And that dude wanted to be with you. But you didn't want to be with him, but he was going to cock block everybody he could.
Of course.
So he told Simon, hey, she's a fucking whore. He told me, not that I necessarily trusted him, but I felt like I could trust Simon, but I shouldn't have. I shouldn't even throw people's names out. Oops. Fuck. Oh, well. I don't think they're watching. It's not that big of a deal. But I didn't say last name, so it doesn't matter. So I was like, and like I said, it pisses me off. And what pissed me off even more is because that happened. It like spiraled all to this thing that you just think that you would never think that it would go so long. Like literally when I liked this other girl later on, but I ended up moving out. So when we were friends, like not close friends, high school friends, however you call that, where we're, cordial. We even had conversations. She's a sweet girl. She was Hungarian, which would have been fantastic for me. But anyway,
like the Hungarian girls.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not that, just because that's part of my bloodline.
Your heritage.
But I liked her. She was a sweet girl. And even like, we're talking 4, 8, 9. No, it was ninth grade. So 4 years later, I go to the graduation at my that high school that I wish I graduated from. And like I told you, I saw my two buddies who at different times, the Jewish kid, Leslie, and the kid, Matt, and they were like fucking towering. I was like, you fucking basketball players, motherfucker. The fuck, when did you guys get your Wheaties and shit? I was the guy who was like about equal or higher than you. Anyway, I saw that girl. And I was like, hey, what's up? Hey, what you doing? And that other girl came up and said, and shot the eye at me. And she's like, come on, you don't need to talk to him. And I was like, really? 4 fucking years later? I haven't said I never said that. I said it to her. I said, I never said that shit. It's 4 years later. I haven't even been in this school for 2 years. I didn't know. She's like, yeah. I'm like, and fuck. I was like, I'm going to make a movie and put that fucking scenario in there. And maybe just one day that chick will be watching it and realize, no, I never fucking said that shit. There was never any fucking legitimate proof that I was spreading. I wouldn't spread rumors because I was picked on. I was ostracized. I had limited friends. I could mix with certain groups, but I was not, like I said, I was an outsider generally. I don't even know what you would call me. Generally, because I didn't get into like the whole, even though I hung out with the kids who, really went off. There was no punks per se. Nobody did anything other than the one kid, Brett, who shaved his head, and he had like a fucking, like a thick ass metal fucking. I don't know where he got this, like one of those things that bodybuilders would almost put around their necks and carry, because he had like a metal chain as a belt on his leather jacket. Yeah, some shit. He was just trying to, they were just trying to be like, we're poor. We can't buy anything, Pretty in Pink style. We're just out. We smoke, we drink, we listen to heavy metal. And I hung out with those kids, but I didn't always dress the full part. Mostly because, again, clothes were limited to what I could wear. Eventually, I got it. Like I said, I got flannels. I got some shirts. Or at least I was buying more black T-shirts and flannels. Or just I even think I had. No, my mom got me a jean. I think it was a jean vest, which I wore. I think I even had I even bought buttons. Remember when buttons were fucking buttons? So I had AC/DC buttons and all the little buttons he put on it. I had that shit, but that sort of progressed later on in school. It's more so when I got into the 2 years that I wasn't in my school. I actually was in a different school. I dressed more metalhead, but most of the time I just, like I said, wore the clothes that were given to me, and not too much of the choice was mine. It was generally, you have to look nice for school. So here are your fucking shirts and here are your pants from Sears. Yeah. But I couldn't believe that, man. I was like, Jesus Christ. And a similar situation happened in high school with another girl and everything like that. Some dude, she liked me, and I was like, oh, I could date her. And we I think we danced we were involved in high school. We were involved in student council. I got into student council because they just, everybody go, anybody want to join student council? We're going to take a vote. Who wants to be in it? And nobody fucking did. And I was like, well, what do you get out of it? And they're like, well, they have a meeting once a month. And so basically got out of class like once or twice a month to go for the meeting. I was like, yep. All right, here. I'll do it. I'll go to that thing. Too. Yeah. And so they planned out the dances and shit like that. And
Yeah.
so this girl was involved with it too. And we planned out the dance. And I think we danced together at one of the dances, and there was some magic there. And we were
Yeah.
also in choir together. But I think I don't know. I don't know that I think I actually at that point learned to shut my fucking mouth and keep shit to myself. But there was another kid, a guy.
Yeah.
She or her friends he was the hanger on and overheard. So then shit got to her, some lies again. And I was like, this is just my life, huh? This is how it's going to be. Every time I get close to grabbing that gold ring, boom, somebody's going to fucking take it. It's some fucking absolute prick. And I was like, I was not like the fucking cool kid, the guy who got shit that people, like where that guy should have went, yeah, fuck that guy. That guy, everything goes right for him. Wrong. Not me. Wrong kid. I'm just getting by, bro. I'm getting by in my grades. I'm getting by with like friends that have like a shelf life of 3 years, 4 years max, because that's how long some of my friendships lasted. 3, 4 years, and then some shit would just happen, and we just, except for the one who tried to attack me with a bat. But that's another story altogether. That guy never fucking explained himself. But that was after I was way after high school. He was Italian. It was a nut job.
Let's save that one next week.
Yeah. Why? How long have we been on? Is it safe?
No, I'm just saying. You said you want to tell that story. Also, let's save that one. That sounds like that one's going to be.
Tell that story. No. I swear. Why did we get on this with the girl?
Oh, you just started talking. I'm just like, he's going somewhere.
I don't know. So, I don't think I was. The only thing I was going with is that I think it had to do something with shit that happens where no matter how good you try to be about something, somebody's always there to fuck things up. I don't know. It's whatever. You got to be careful what you tell people. It's fucked up. And you're talking about how you told your cousin, oh, these glasses, I found them. He's, oh, those don't belong to you. They belong to, So that was the whole thing. Is like when you tell people things, it took a long time for me to decide to go.
This childhood trauma about people fucking you over. So I like how it, circled around. Yeah.
But that was the whole thing. It's like, like you said, you told him and he's like, oh no, those are Joe's. And he took them and you're like, oh, okay. And then he fucking took them for himself. And because we're naive, same thing for me. I was naive. I believe friends who said, oh, this girl's a whore. She fucks around. I was like, I'm a dumbass, man. I I didn't even have a girlfriend legit. And this would have been a girl I probably could have dated for years. Who knows? I might have ended up marrying her. It could have been one of those situations, but somebody threw a monkey wrench in it and I was dumb and naive and just listened to people's stories. Then I got, what do they call it? A patsied into being the guy. Somehow that guy got convinced people to lie for him. And I'm like, well, man. I guess, but I just hate that somebody's out there. They always say that whole thing of that no matter how much of a good person you are, you're a villain in somebody's story. And I hate that.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure there's all kinds of people think that about me, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. So I know who I am. You know who you are. People out there listening to us, watching us. You know what? You know who you are. So, don't worry about it. Don't dwell on that. Don't let that bring you down, man.
Yeah. So, all you got to do is, this is all you got to do.
Live your life, man. Live your life. Try to be a good person and just live your life.
This is flaming dragon. Okay, flaming dragon. Fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face. Now, I don't know what kind of pan-Pacific bullshit power play you're trying to pull here, but Asia Jack is my territory. So whatever you're thinking, you better think again. Otherwise, I'm going to have to head down there, and I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're going to have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up.
Classic.
Yes, classic.
That's what you gotta say to people.
That is kind of a similar story. Oh no, and mine's not as detailed and as long, but
dark.
It was when I was. Yeah,
well, I'm a detailed guy. That's why I should be writing and not answering fucking customer service calls. But go on.
Really when I was in high school, there was. I remember we had homeroom, and I'll be quick with this, but we had homeroom, and there was.
No, it's fine. I mean, I guess what time are we at?
We're at 44.
Okay, okay, go
So,
on.
but and I wore a leather jacket. I was kind of the don't fuck with me kind of, and I had my group of friends that were kind of like the dregs and whatever. Well, anyways, there was this girl that was in my homeroom, and she was so sweet. She was wicked smart, one of the really smart kids, like the upper 1%, that what they were going to college and they were going to do something with their life. And she sat right
Yeah.
next to me, and we struck up a conversation one day. We started talking to each other, and I you know thought we were developing a relationship somewhat through that. She had her group of friends and they were the upper crust, I guess, or whatever. And I was like I don't know, I wouldn't say bad boy or whatever, but
You were
anyways,
John
and
Bender and she was Molly Ringwald. I get it.
yes, pretty much. And I went, and one day I asked her, I said, "Can I call you sometime?" And she said, "Yeah." She gave me her
Call me
number, and
what?
then
That's
so I would
information.
go.
Call me
I
what?
got home, I was so excited. I called her up, and we had, we talked for hours on the phone with each other, and
Oh,
uh, I just thought, this is cool. I really like this girl, blah blah blah. And so like the following week we had the homecoming game, and I was at the homecoming game, and I was out there hanging out behind the bleachers with my friends and smoking cigarettes and doing what we do. And here she
it's in
comes
the
walking
Motley
up with
Crew.
like here she comes walking up with like her group of friends. And
Oh boy.
I just go bounding over to her and I was like, "Hey," I said, "What's going on?" And she was like, nothing." And I was like, "You want to go watch the game?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, you want to sit up at the top up here?" I said, I saved a spot for us so we can sit up at the top." And she was like, "Why would I want to sit with you?" And I was like, because we're
Of
friends." And
course.
she was like, "I am not friends with you." And she like her friends started laughing, and they just like walked off, and I'm just like, my heart was like, and I was just like, and my friends come walking over and they're like, "Yo, dude, what are you doing fucking around with her, man? She's a nerd." And I was like, I liked her. And they were like, "Nah, we don't mix with that." And as they're walking away, she like turns around and like looks over her shoulder at me, and I'm just like, "Why did you do that?" What? I mean, literally just stomped my heart into the ground. It took me like a while to get over that. And then like the next day in homeroom, she had literally moved to the back of the class. She didn't want to be next to me anymore. And
Jesus.
I was just like, okay,
And,
well, I
and
don't
no
know
and
what
no
I
more.
did.
She never
Yeah.
tried to call you and be like, "Listen, I can't play that game when we're in
Yeah.
school." She just totally cut
It
you
was
off.
loose, man. I
The
was like,
original ghosting. Yeah.
yes. And I was like, damn, what did I do? I mean, I
Dude,
understand but it is what it is.
nah. Hey,
So,
middle
but yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Middle school, remember Valentine's Day? We always would just give everybody Valentine's cards. It was just
Yeah.
how it was. You always did. You bought the box. They gave you 24 of them. So I was like,
About
well, I got to
24.
give them to, you gave them out. Like, fuck, what the hell not? So I
Yeah.
remember giving it out to this one girl and everything. And I'm not, I wouldn't say I didn't, that I liked her, like, but I mean, she was a pretty girl and I would have been more than happy. But I mean, I was like, hey, I've given, these out to everybody and all the girls, that is.
Yeah.
Well, there was ones that were like, hey, we're buddies, but I mostly just gave it out. By middle school, I was like, yeah, I'm just giving these to the chicks. I'm not giving them to the
Yeah.
dudes. And I gave it to this girl. She's like, oh, wow, thanks. And ripped it up and threw it in my fucking face, bro. I shit you not. Right on the playground. I don't know anybody was
Damn.
actually there watching it, but I was like, you could have just walked away and thrown it away somewhere and just been like, what the fuck ever?
This was last year.
Nicest thing a girl ever. Yeah, it was last year. This is a true story. Nicest thing a girl ever did was there was this girl who was would be considered the most popular girl type,
Yeah.
like can't buy me love chick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say necessarily that I knew that she was rich. None like that. But anyway, she was a blonde haired, very beautiful girl. And I had a crush on her, like everybody. And so and I don't know how I think I got her number because she lived next to this girl who I was friends with, Becky, and Becky was friends with her. So Becky was able to get her phone number and I got her phone number. And
Mhm.
I can think about, I feel it right now in my body. I'm starting to feel that like being a teenager kid, like, oh, God, what the fuck, man? Oh, come on, you can do this, do that shit, man. Slap. Oh, come on, man. pick up the phone, dial the phone number, hang it up. Oh, no, man,
Like the scene
no,
saying
all that shit.
when Lloyd Copper's trying to call her and he's in the bathroom with the phone walking around.
That's why I love that. That's why I love that movie. It's one of my favorites. I might watch that later. Yeah. And I called and I got her on the phone. I was like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" And she's like, But she gave me she had a conversation with me. And I said, "Hey, listen, I might be going to the movies on Saturday, and I thought maybe you might like to go, or something
Yeah.
of that nature. I don't know if it's the movies, a dance, it's too far back." And she's like, "I don't know. I might check and see." And I was like, okay, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. And right first, my mind was like, fuck, she's not gonna call me back. And she called me back, but she let me down. She's like, listen, I can't do it. I'm gonna be busy and everything like that. But I really appreciate it. And no, she wasn't shitty about it at all. She was
Oh,
really nice about that. She just was like, listen, she didn't say, you're not my type. Don't ever call me again. But
yeah.
she's like, yeah, I'm just not interested in doing anything right now with anybody. But I really appreciate that you thought about me and you invited me out, and it was very sweet.
Oh,
And I said, well, thank you. That was
that's
nice of her.
nice. Yeah.
She didn't. What she did beyond that, I don't know. She might have called her friends. This fucking guy, what a fucking douchebag.
This fucking hump trying to
Yes,
take me out.
another quick story. I remember going in high school to a party, one of those parties where you're not too sure that you should be there because
Yeah.
it was all the straight
Yeah.
kids, which they were all fucking drinking.
Yeah.
And that's not my thing, but I'm like, well,
Yeah.
fuck it. I think I went with I think one of my buddies went. It was one of those things where like, like um what was the movie? The one with the two kids, the fat kid, the one's the skinny kid, Michael Cera and Jonah Hill. They go to the party and they're it's not
Oh,
really supposed to.
super bad.
What the hell is it? Super bad, yeah.
Bad.
It was like that, except not all the shit happened like that. But
Yeah.
so I ended up talking to this girl, and she was fucked up. She was fucked up. And she's like, the guy broke my heart. And I was like, all right. Well, I wasn't trying to do anything. I swear to God, I don't care. People don't have to believe me. It doesn't matter. I know what happened. I consoled this girl. I talked to this girl, and I walked this girl home. Mind you, a couple of her friends tagged along because they thought something was going to happen. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm just fucking walking her home. It's
Yeah.
you motherfuckers who would probably do some fucking shit. Walked her home, and we talked about, and that's so funny because that's when the summer that was around the time that Say Anything had come out, or at least had been out, and me and her started talking about how much we loved that movie. And I thought we had a connection again. I understand. I mean, I still wasn't fucking fully aware of how alcohol, strips away
Mm-hmm.
all the bullshit. That
Yeah.
until the next time I met her at school and she pulled that your story. I was like, hey, how you doing and everything? What? I was like, how you feel? I'm like, it wasn't like we had like multiple conversations. It was that one time. But for me, it was a long walk. It was fucking like midnight, on a Friday night or something like that, or Saturday night. And it was like late at night. And I walked her home, and I thought, at the very least, I thought maybe we'd be better friends. But no, and she sobered
Mm-hmm.
up and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't talk to me. I was like,
The,
oh, okay.
the cold light of day is
It's
completely
like,
different.
God
Yeah.
damn, man.
I know.
I had, and in high school more than, well, not even high school. Most of my life, I've had girls who are my friends, and on
Mm-hmm.
occasion, there's always that thing, like they said in How You Met Sally, it's hard for guys and girls to just be friends. There's always something, especially
Yeah.
with guys. So I've always had girls, even back in the day, that I was just a friend. They would always,
Yeah.
and they'd always, and that was the one that drilled into my head for fucking years. And we'd always make a joke about that because one of us would say it when I had like when I had certain friends and we would be talking, and then we'd like in unison say it. Yeah, I want a guy just like you, but not you. You know what I mean? And we're like,
Yeah.
fuck. No, I don't know what you mean. What the fuck do you mean? A guy like me, but not me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I gotcha.
No, you're
I got
never going to have a guy like me if your choice is to have a guy like me, but not me. I am
Thank
me. And those guys you keep going with use you and fuck you over. And they're not
Yeah.
me. I'd have been
Yeah.
fucking loyaler than a fucking like a
Yeah. I know. I know exactly what you're talking about there.
off.
Uh, yeah.
So this
You froze
episode
there
is
for.
dedicated to, huh?
I said you froze there for a second because the picture on the screen you were like, I was like, oh shit.
Hey, nothing's
Yeah,
perfect, man. Nothing's
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. I'm
But
sorry.
this
I'm sorry,
episode is
listen.
dedicated. No, don't be sorry. Fuck that shit. We're not sorry. You got to have something to talk about. And this was just a
No,
topic that we blew up on. Oh, the quality of the video? Nah, whatever.
no, no, no. I'm saying me and Jake are just working through some childhood trauma.
We're going to be working through childhood traumas probably for most of the lifespan of this podcast.
Yeah,
But you
man.
know what?
First
I can't
season was
afford
weird.
therapy. So
Second season really picked up, but that first season it was just like the one guy's
it was
cut.
just it was
One
like
guy's
ups and downs. One episode they were just fucking cutting up. Next episode it's like, Hitler, he might have had a good idea. I don't know what the fuck was that.
they
Love
just
him or hate
started.
him, he killed a lot of Jews.
One guy just started breaking down, crying. The other guy's got mother issues. It just.
The other
By
guy's
the way,
got
I
a lot of
talked to my mom today. She told me to tell you. She said hi. So
Oh, that's sweet. Tell your mom I
yeah,
said, hey, miss lover.
yeah.
Always.
I was. She's like,
I
so
see her post
how's
stuff
it?
on Facebook.
How's it? Do you say
I
what?
see her posting. I see her posting stuff on Facebook, and I'm just like, it's one of those ones where it's like, I know my friends won't respond to this, and then it asks you to post it and post a comment. I don't do all that. I really don't like doing that shit. I don't want to do that shit. I said, no offense. I don't write anything. I just go,
Oh, I'm
okay.
glad you guys are still friends on Facebook because she blocked
Yeah.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's not.
I mean, I'm not trying to,
No, no,
I
no,
love you, mom. I'm
no,
not
no.
trying to throw her under the bus. I'm just saying that a lot of their stuff is kind of like,
I
talks
know.
about mental health issues, about
Yeah.
things, just like, I'm like, I understand it, but I see a lot of that from people. I'm like, dude, like one girl is like, I don't know what's going on. Why do I got to be like this? I'm gonna have to go to a doctor. And that was that was what she wrote on Facebook. I'm like, look, this is not. I'm serious. This is not where you put this shit. You're putting too much TMI. The
I know.
Facebook is not what you think it is. It is not
I know.
therapy. It is not going to help you. Talk to get a friend, and then start a podcast. No,
I even brought it up to her. I brought it up to her about that. I said,
not you.
"Mom,
I'm
why
talking.
did?"
This was another person. That
Oh,
was this. I
oh
just
yeah,
thought that was different. Not your mom. That
yeah.
was from another person. I was on Facebook that posts a lot of emotional shit that goes on in her
Oh,
world. I'm like, it's not helpful. It's not
I
going to
see a
help you.
bunch of that.
It's just
Bunch of that shit.
all it's doing is anyone who's a fake friend is going, good. You deserve it.
Yeah.
You're just fucking feeding the fucking trolls. Don't feed the trolls, man.
Well,
Tell
I
them
brought
bad.
that up to her. I was like, Mom, I said, you like, did you mean to like block me on Facebook or unfriend me? And she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I never unfriended you. And I was like, well, we're not friends anymore on Facebook. Just, and I sent her
Did you see
a
her?
friend, sent her a friend request, and she's still. It's because it's a whole thing. It's I made a
Dude, you know what?
joke
In
of.
the end, it's probably I know. I remember what you told me and how it all
Yeah,
panned out. But
made
it's
a
probably for the best.
stupid joke about something, and she got offended, and I was like, oh God, jeez. Anywho, but well, let's
So
good stories,
this
good
episode,
third video.
dude, deal with it. We gotta have
Yeah,
topics, and we don't talk about '90s. Well, we're talking about our childhood, and
yeah,
our childhood was
childhood.
the '70s, '80s, and '90s. But this episode was brought to you by eHarmony. eHarmony.
Yeah. Lower your standards. So yeah.
My favorite quote was from The Devil's Rejects, which it's not true, but I just think it's funny. I keep my standards low, so I'm never disappointed.
Right. That's right.
I
I
thought that
got
was a
something
funny
on
line.
that's hilarious. Can you hear that?
Oh,
Can't hear it.
it's coming. I'm coming a little bit now. Can you get a little closer?
I just today, nothing's going down. Wanna get out of this
Oh, got it.
sleepy
Bat fight. It's a gentleman's game.
Okay.
Bat fight.
Just let's leave the video on an up note. So
Okay.
if anybody out there has not
express
seen
elevator to hell. Going down.
yeah,
One. Mark. Man,
5x5.
5x5. We're in the pike. We're
Yeah,
in for
in the
some
pike.
chop. But
I like
anybody
learning
out
about
there?
that was not an actual military term. They're
Yeah.
like, what does 5x5 mean in the military? It doesn't mean anything.
Nothing.
It's made up.
God,
It's literally made
goddamn
up, but
thing.
it sounds so cool because they put that
Yeah.
in one of the Buffy the Vampire. One of the characters. I wasn't religiously watching it, but I remember when they brought in the other vampire slayer, Eliza Dushku, and she was like 5x5 all the time. So
Yeah.
anywho, yeah, I'm a fucking nerd. No, I'm a
Anybody
geek.
that
Sorry.
all of our listeners out there, if you haven't watched Bat Fight on YouTube, look it up. It's pretty funny. And I think I've said that before. So
Yep.
so anyways, all of our listeners out there, all of our new listeners, we have got some new listeners, some new subscribers in the past week.
Really?
We do appreciate it. Yes, our numbers have gone up.
Nice.
And as of this afternoon, when I checked it on Spotify, we are almost at 500 listens, which is
Nice.
phenomenal for us. So,
How many?
so
How many? So it tells you how many individual people have subscribed to listen to the show, and
yeah,
how many did you say?
how many subscribers we have, and how many? We're almost at 500. So,
Subscribers.
and
Really?
no, not 500 subscribers, 500 listens. We're only like 30.
Well,
There's 37 people out there listening to us, man.
in a row?
Yeah, in a row.
Are they listening like 10 times each? That's why they're 500
Yeah,
subscribers.
I
Or is it
guess.
yours? Or potentially it's people just wandering in, listening to an episode and being like, nope, fuck that. And then
Not for
turn
me.
it out.
Yeah.
Not subscribing to that bullshit. A
Yeah.
couple of white guys trying to talk about like, ooh, white boy
Yeah.
problems. Fuck y'all.
Anyways, well, let's wrap this up, man. It's about that time. So again, thanks to everybody who listens and
Yeah, I'm
watched us
missing
today.
Matlock. I'm
Yeah, I
missing
know.
Murder, She Wrote, you prick.
Dude, it's 9
Wapner's
o'clock.
on.
Yeah, yeah. I got to take my Metamucil.
9:30. And I took
Yeah,
that in the morning.
So,
Great
but
value.
anyways, again, thanks for everybody for watching BJ's Retro Rewind this week. And next week, I don't know, I threw that out there about the Goonies. I thought that was kind of but
Well, this
if you have
weekend,
an idea,
yeah, we could focus on one movie. Sure.
I thought we'd just dissect.
Well, the soundtracks too.
Yeah.
I mean, not much to. I
Everything.
mean, yeah, everything's good about it.
Yeah.
The time period, the movie, everything is just the sound, the
actors.
music. Sorry, not the music.
Yeah.
Maybe not the soundtrack. Because I don't know if they're. Yeah. I do have a soundtrack. Most of it's just instrumental, but there's Cyndi Lauper in there anyway. Yeah. Yes, the Goonies. Tune in.
Yes.
Turn on.
Yeah.
Tune out. Something. Burn out. I don't know.
Thing right there. Okay. All right. So, anyways, again, thanks for everybody. You got anything else you want to add before we tune out?
Carpe diem, memento mori, just get out there and live your life, man, because day to day, just fucking, get the cake, buy the shoes, talk to the girl, fuck it. If they break your heart, or guy, if they break it off, you know what? Fuck it. Just keep living life. There's beauty in this world.
And again,
keep
happy Pride Month again from to all of our viewers. So
if you
all right,
don't catch the audio video, you got the video here. Happy Pride Month. Yeah.
Happy Pride Month to all of our friends, family, listeners out there. We do support you 100%. So again, my name is Barry, and with me always is Jake, and this has been fun doing our third video, and we will look for our Spotify show on Sunday.
Sunday.
And again, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week. So,
see you next week. Love you
later,
guys.
Jake.
Later, Bear. Bye.
Bye.